Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am showing my manicure of Nailed It Secret Menu. I purchased this polish with two others in a subscription box called Sparkle and Shine. I think the subscription for this box is every other month, and the two regular contributors are Nailed It and Wildflower. The particular box that I bought had Bee's Knees Lacquer as a guest maker, and if you've watched anything else on the channel, you'll know why that might have piqued my interest. I don't actually have a subscription to this box, I just bought the one box that I was interested in. My box had Wildflower Lacquer's Cappuccino in it, which you actually saw in my previous video. I had used it to represent strawberries. Wearing that polish reminded me of the box, and then I had to get out the purple as well. And I'm throwing in a little bit of footage of my base coat bottle just because I felt like it, just for fun. So this polish is a crelly. It is pretty easy to work with, no issues, goes on nicely, spreads around the nail very easily. In this first coat, I don't do a great job of getting close to the cuticle, but don't worry, I'm going to fix it in the second. I keep saying don't worry. I don't think anyone's actually worried. I don't buy a lot of subscription boxes because I have very stringent nail polish buying rules, and I really do need to make a Topic Tuesday style video about that so that I can finally explain why I don't or do certain things. For the subscription boxes, the short version is I have to absolutely love all three polishes in the box, and often that's not the case for me. Maybe I'll love one or two and a lot, but that third one is just not for me, and so I have to let it go. But as soon as I saw the box with this polish in it, I was like, oh, they made it just for me. Isn't that nice of them? But back to the nail polish we're actually looking at. It is a periwinkle crelly, and it's a real periwinkle this time, not like the last time where I think I mislabeled the periwinkle. This is also a bit of a kitchen sink polish. It has iridescent flakes, it has shimmer, and it even has some hollow glitter. The base color is almost deep enough to call a heather purple, but I think it registers mostly as periwinkle. There is footage later in the bright sunlight where it looks almost like a true medium purple. In that first coat, I got a nice big flake that I was trying very hard not to push off the end, so luckily I did keep it on there. This is a crelly, but it only took me 2 coats to get it to decent opacity. I think for me it's full opacity. I could see if you had clear nails on or you had a pretty distinct free edge, you might need a third, but overall I think most people would be satisfied in 2. And I'm going back in for that second coat, and I'm going to actually get closer to my cuticle line this time. Uh, Usually with problems like that, it's really just about the angle of the camera and me not being able to see particularly well what I'm doing, so I'm sometimes just going on faith here. The most prominent component is those flakes, and they do shift here mostly from pink to gold, but in other lighting scenarios, you're going to see they'll move into green and even into blue. And it is a bit hard to differentiate seeing the flakes versus the shimmer, but the shimmer only shifts between pink and gold. So in the angles where you're seeing green and blue from the flakes, you're still seeing pink from the shimmer. The flakes sort of range from pretty small up into what I would call medium. That particularly big flake I got on my thumb, he was a bit of an oddball. Most of them aren't that big. The last component to mention is hollow glitter. They are scattered, they're not particularly dense within the polish, and they will, because they are hollow glitter, only really show outside in the sunlight. And I threw in a bottle shot here of my top coat, again, for fun. I'm not showing myself applying it, but just know that in the finger winkling shots, there is top coat. They are hollow glitter, so they will represent extra time taking them off, but I don't find teeny tiny little glitter like this really takes that much extra effort. It's the big glitter that I do find takes effort. These ones, you'll feel a little grittiness, and with acetone, they'll just come right off. This is actually the next day because it was raining the day I actually polished my nails, but you can see it moving from that pink and gold. Mostly you're getting those two colors here. We'll see in the indirect light or the cloudy light how the green and the blue play. So now we have magically teleported to the previous day, and you can see how it looks more green and a bit blue at certain angles. And you'll also notice that it's only the flakes that are shifting to those green and blues, and that the shimmer is mostly staying in the purpley pink range of things. Not much of a shock, but this polish reminds me a lot of the periwinkle plant. I actually didn't know there was a periwinkle plant until I tried to Google periwinkle the mollusk and got some pictures that very much confused me. And then I realized, oh, there is a flower. And here we are indoors with lower lighting. And honestly, it looks pretty similar to the outdoor shots. You can see a bit of that green on my thumb. We've unfortunately lost the cute little sparkles Apollo. Because the shimmer here moves from pink into gold, it often reminds me of another one of my polishes, which is Shimmering Sunburst by Cupcake Polish. And for that reason, I often wear them together. I have thrown in a photograph here of my other hand wearing that polish. And it is a photograph because I have a terrible wound on my middle finger and I am trying to artfully cover it up. And that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. It's always thrilling to me that anyone watches my videos. And please enjoy a clip of my chipmunk, not sure which one is the real peanut.